the trial is upcoming. Okay, it's going to happen in a couple of days. And the newspaper guy, he calls up. He says, daycare lady, he's dirty. And they convicted this gambling trial, and you got to disassociate yourself from him. She says, no, actually, he's innocent. I know what the story is. He's innocent. It's not his problem. So don't worry about it. And he goes, man, he's dirty. You got to get away from him. Okay, so, next day, CEO is meeting with his best friends. There's some wrist punch country club. He's really buoyant about how he's going to have this all-star signing in for only 4 years, and the LA Dodgers offered him 6 years. And really wants to, brag about it. He can't tell him because, it hasn't been confirmed yet. And then they're all sitting there like, man, your groundskeeper, oh my God, he's going on trial. And CEO's like, yeah. I don't know what's going on, but he said he's innocent, so he's going to have a trial. And if he takes care of it, he takes care of it. Otherwise, he's going to have to resign. It's not a good situation. So the day of the trial finally happens. There's TV trucks and newspaper reporters all in front of the jury house and the courtroom house, and Dave and his lawyer show up, and they're just saying like, no comment, and all the reporters are flying up the stairs. And then the MLB comes in. They're the ones who are prosecutors, the prosecuting attorneys, and they're just like, we want to have like a press conference here. He went to Vegas, $500,000 in chips, came back with all this money. He's gambling. You can't gamble if you're in the organization of someone in Major League Baseball. It's a violation of contract. So we're gonna have this court case. He's gonna be found guilty. He's gonna resign. So the lawyers are getting ready for the court case. They're in the courtroom. First they got to do the jury selection, so they got to pick a jury. And both these guys just want to get this trial over with, so they're pretty lackadaisical about picking the jury. Yeah, okay, fine. These are all good people. Nobody's biased. Okay, so let's just start with. Judge says, okay, opening arguments. And the prosecutor gets up and he says, hey, it's a very simple case. If you're in a Major League Baseball organization, you're not allowed to gamble. This man over here, he went to Las Vegas with $500,000. He did some gambling. He came back, and that's in violation of his contract. And then defense says he did nothing wrong. He was just going to Vegas to exchange some poker chips from from the Sands and this other casino to some black poker chips. People wanted him to exchange poker chips. He went there, exchanged poker chips. He came back. There's nothing going on. So the next day, we're going to start the trial. And the prosecutor gets up and he says, okay, open and shut case. Here, this guy, he's flying to Vegas with $500,000. He signed this contract saying he would not be associated with gambling or any gambling occurrences at all while he's a employee of a Major League Baseball organization. Here's another piece of paper that says he cashed out $500,000 in chips in Vegas. Now, what are you doing cashing out $500,000 in chips? You're not going to gamble, okay? So here he is, flying into Vegas with all these poker chips worth $500,000. He went to Vegas with $500,000. He came back from Vegas. He gambled in Vegas. Now, you don't have actual he's been gambling, but that's what people do in Las Vegas. They gamble, okay? There's nothing else you can do in Las Vegas except for gamble. He's been doing gambling. He's in violation of his contract. You're getting all this money on 2 money bags. Is there $1 million in there? Is there $500,000? We don't know. He's got insider information. He's doing gambling. Come on.